Hi, I'm Amanda. Thank you so much for joining me today as I demonstrate the type of breathing that I teach my Pilates clients. This type of breathing is called Thoraco-diaphragmatic breathing. And first what I want you to do is take your hands and place them onto your low ribs. And you're just going to begin to observe how you naturally breathe without trying to shape or change your breath in any way. So if you're seated like me, you may feel that your ribs move slightly in front of you, they might move laterally to the sides of you, or they might do a little bit of both. This type of breath is also really nice to learn and practice while lying on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat into the floor in a hook lying position. Good. So if you have small children or animals around you, if you observe how they breathe, when they inhale, it becomes this beautiful 3D movement. They inflate all around, and with their exhale, everything draws down in nice and tight to their center. So most of us start out that way, all of us probably, and as we age, a lot of us lose some of that range of motion. And as you are observing now, perhaps you find you're only breathing into one plane of movement, or maybe two planes of movement, or maybe there's just not a lot of movement at all. That happens. When we age, we tend to, some of us actually get stuck. We're restricted with that range, and we don't have that movement available to us anymore. And others, you'll find that you have that range available to you, but you're just not taking advantage of it. So we're going to work on that today. Keeping your hands on your low ribs, I want you to try to use your inhale to open your ribs laterally to the sides of the room. So it looks like this. You're going to inhale through the nose, spread the ribs open, and with your exhale, you're going to let the ribs come really close together. Your fingertips should slide close together. Mine overlap. You're going to inhale apart, and with your exhale, you're going to funnel the ribs down and in, and you're going to give yourself really gentle pressure, and this should be gentle. You're encouraging the movement, you're not forcing it. Inhaling open, exhale together. So we want to use gentle pressure. You don't want to harm your own body. You want to be respectful of your body. You certainly don't want to bruise or crack a floating rib. That would be really painful and unnecessary. Good. Okay. So as you use that gentle movement with the hands, that gentle pressure to encourage that movement, you'll either unlock the rib cage if it has been stuck, or it'll remind you, your hands will serve as a tactile cue, and that pressure will serve as a cue to remind your brain and your body to start using all of that excursion that you might have and you've just been ignoring. Good. Okay, so now we want to add the belly in. All Pilates exercises emanate from your powerhouse, from your core, from your deepest belly muscle, your transverse abdominis that runs across the belly. You contract this muscle by gently drawing the navel into the spine. So go ahead and try to do that. See if you can gently pull the belly in. And then I want you to keep one hand down on the belly and bring one hand to the low ribs. So, as you practice that thoraco-diaphragmatic breathing, your inhale takes the ribs open to the sides, your exhale draws the ribs down in towards midline, but no air should escape into the belly. So this hand should stay nice and flat. So you're inhaling open and exhaling down and together. So once you master this breath, this bottom hand will stay perfectly still. When you first start learning this type of breathing, it's really normal for some air to escape into the tummy and for you to feel movement in that bottom hand. So with practice and a little bit of patience, you'll be able to keep the air out of the tummy and breathe primarily up through the rib cage, just moving at the chest. Good. Good. Okay. So another tool that you can use, I have a yoga stretching strap here, but you can use a belt or a tie, something without give. And you're going to wrap it, this works best if you're sitting. You're going to wrap this around your low ribs. And then with your inhale, you'll allow it to release a little bit. And with the exhale, give yourself a little bit of pressure and squeeze in. So inhaling open. Exhale, squeezing together. So hopefully you can see I've got quite a bit of excursion for my frame, but I've been doing this for a very long time. So with practice, you will get that as well. I've been teaching for 12 years now, and I've had maybe 3 or 4 clients come in who normally breathe this way. So it's highly likely that this is a new type of breath for you, and it might feel a little strange, it might feel a little uncoordinated, but if you can commit and get disciplined enough to practice a few minutes daily, you could do this lying in bed even. You could do it first thing in the morning. It would be a really calm way to start your day. You could do it last thing before you go to sleep. Then you'll get the hang of this. It'll take a few weeks before your body starts to think it could take over this type of breathing as its normal type of breathing, but it will happen, I promise. This type of breath is also recommended for meditation because it relaxes and calms the nervous system, relaxes your body and your muscles, but it still keeps you mentally alert. So if you're a meditator, you can play with this during your meditation and see how it works for you. And then last thing I want to talk about is belly breathing. So we kind of discussed how with one hand on the rib and one hand on the belly, you're going to feel the belly stay totally flat when you get this Pilates breathing down. Belly breathing is not a bad type of breathing. It's not a wrong type of breathing. It's done in a lot of types of yoga, and it's fantastic for an anti-anxiety type of breath. So if you're feeling nervous or stressed or overwhelmed, or if you're experiencing insomnia and you need help going to sleep or going back to sleep at night, you want to use belly breathing. You're going to inhale and fill the belly up with air, make a big Buddha belly, and with your exhale you'll release it. So I use belly breathing in my Pilates teaching from time to time. I use it mostly as a cleansing breath if we're doing a really intense workout and I see people's shoulders creeping up and tension gathering in the jaws and in the neck. Well, we might take a couple of belly breaths as a cleansing breath to refocus and recenter, but then we come back to drawing the belly in and coming back to our thoraco-diaphragmatic breathing. If you have any questions on this type of breathing, feel free to email me at amandascorner, CORENER, @charter.net, and I would be more than happy to try to assist you and answer your questions. Again, this breath takes a little bit of practice, but it is a very functional type of breath. Drawing the tummy in, you're going to strengthen the belly, support the low back, and as you learn to funnel those ribs, you can not only are you supporting your back, but you can actually take inches off of your sides. So for women, we get more of an hourglass type shape, and for men, you get more of that V shape, that upside down V shape, which a lot of us would like to have. So it's got aesthetic benefits as well as functional benefits, and it's a type of breathing that ideally you should be able to do anytime you're not asleep. So again, if you have any questions, email me. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.